Alright, this is going to be a real short video because they're talking, Kevin Smith reportedly said they're talking about making a reboot of the Batman animated series.
Honest. Silence!
And it's rather unclear because he doesn't really know if they're talking about a reboot or a continuation.
Batman! No, stay away!
Bet the Bruce Timm days were fucking epic and awesome.
Oh, yes.
This led to so many things. This opened the doorway to so much stuff. This original Batman, the animated series.
Like the shadow of ebon-winged night, he rises from the dark realm.
When you talk about rebooting
Who dares?
it, now, this series withstands the test of time. What are you fucking talking about?
Then you force me to descend to the mortal plane, and now you say I know not what I think?
This series will outlive time itself. That's how fucking epic it is.
Behold, the coming of my brother, Lord Hades!
Talking about rebooting it, does that mean remixing the stories, the content that's already there? Or does that mean, like, rebuilding it from the ground up? Of course, what made this series so fucking epic is the style of animation on the first 3 seasons, the voice acting, the maturity of the content.
When Batman came nosing around, he was getting closer.
And?
Some of the episodes had some real mature storylines.
I threw a rock at him.
And of course, they had guns in play there. They pushed the boundaries. I mean, it did so many things, like what they did with Mr. Freeze, that tragic story.
No! Stay away from her! Murderer!
Victor.
What they did with, like, Robin's origin story, the 2-part episode.
Not this time, Alfred. Maybe not ever again.
What they did with introducing Harley Quinn.
You know what's great about you, Puddin'?
Kevin Conroy is pretty much the definite version of Batman. This animated version of Batman is like the definite version of Batman.
Rolla Babe Holly, Steampunk Holly, Goth Lolita.
That it's gonna be hard for anybody to ever live up to. Seriously, what they did with, like, Penguin and just so many things on here, and you know there are actually 4 seasons. The 4 seasons under a different title. They talk about there's 3 seasons. But the 4th season they changed up character designs. They've leaned into more of that Superman animated style. But this animated series opened the whole doorway to the Bruce Timm universe, which is fucking epic. You got it led to Superman, it led to Justice League, it led to Justice League Unlimited, it led to Batman Beyond. It just did so much. This was like DC's prime right here. The Bruce Timm days are fucking epic. And of course they had that animated film, the Batman and Harley Quinn, that also had Nightwing in it. That was cool. Enjoyed watching that one.
Grown up.
No.
Even though it carried the style of animation more so from the last season, the new adventures of Batman, or whatever the hell they called it. But it was still enjoyable.
Rolla Babe Holly, Steampunk Holly, Goth Lolita.
And if we were to reboot this or do a continuation of it, which style of animation would it carry? Would it carry the new Batman Adventures, or would it carry the first 3 seasons style of animation? Could you get Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill back? There's a lot of things to talk about and a lot of things to address in there. Would anybody want it if you couldn't get Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy back? Would anybody give a damn if it was in the newer style of animation rather than this older style of animation? That's what I'm curious to know. But supposedly, the same guy who told Kevin Smith that they're doing Batman Soul of the Dragon before that information was really out, told him that they're working on a Batman animated series reboot, potentially. So that's why Kevin Smith thinks there's some credibility to this. And if it's happening, well, we've heard similar reports about the X-Men animated series, Batman the animated series and X-Men the animated series. These are two shows that withstand the test of time, and it would be really hard to bring them back without failure, because they set a standard that's really difficult to live up to. But I want to know, would you want this, and how would you want it? Would you want it to be a continuation? Would you want it to be a reboot? Do you think they absolutely have to have Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy along with some of those other voice actors to make this work? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Animation, character designs, all that good stuff. But for now, this is just a rumor from a reliable source. So we'll see. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Stay awesome. Rock on.